There we go. Okay. Welcome to Dream, Believe, and Receive. Welcome back. I'm so excited to be doing live calls again. And we are at the end of October, October 29th. And we have got about 9 weeks left to the year. And what I have been, Carmen's face, it's just so funny, Carmen. So what I've been doing on some of my one-on-one calls is we've really been looking at, you know, not starting the new planning for the next year. Even though you want to start, I totally get that, and I'm fine with starting some of the planning. But my question is, I don't want you guys to give up on 2018 because we're 9 weeks away. A lot of people say, you know, just because I haven't gotten it so far, then I'm probably not going to get it. So let's just start planning our new goals for 2019. So I want to share just a little story with you guys, and hopefully this will give you a little bit of inspiration to be able to stick it out and continue planning through the end of the year. And whatever you don't accomplish, then you roll over. About 3 years ago, Randy and I, one of our goals, it was when we had first started our ministry, one of our goals was to have a $10,000 donation put into our ministry. And it was the 24th of December. I think it was like 2015 maybe. And that donation, I mean, so many of my goals had happened that year, but that was one of them that hadn't. So we went to dinner with a family member, and we ate our dinner, gave our hugs, said goodbye. Each of us all got in our cars, and we left, not thinking anything different than it was just a great Christmas dinner. So we were driving off, and our car went this way, and this other car went this way, and they rolled their window down. And they said, "Oh, we forgot to give you your Christmas card." And I'm like, okay, didn't think anything of it again. It was just a great Christmas dinner. Christmas was the next day, and you know, we were just about to start the next year. I opened up the card like no other card, like, you know, you just open up Christmas cards to see someone's family picture, whatever, and there was a $15,000 check in it.
Wow.
But I had already given up, and it was the last time I ever gave up before December 31st. I don't have a problem with everybody rolling stuff over because that shows that you didn't give up. But I don't want your mindset to give up because it hasn't happened in the first 10 months of the year. So I want to really be able to hone in on a couple goals that each of you want to really try to strive for between now and the end of the year. One of the things that I'm really trying to close out is I really want to close out 40 clients by the end of the year. So I went into Denmark, and I think I closed 5 new clients while I was in Denmark, which was great. And I think we have like 2 or 3 that are pending right now. And so I just want to give you guys hope that your action steps and your mindset and what you're thinking daily and what you're doing daily are going to really cause stuff to happen. So even though I might not have closed 40 clients already this year, I really am going to keep that mental attitude, and I'm going to keep up my daily tasks and my daily habits, and I'm not going to quit. So I want to be able to go over. So what I've done is in my spare time, I've just reviewed some of my goals, and it's not a bad thing to take a goal off your list. If you're not wanting to do it anymore and you didn't give up, it's okay to take it off your list. But don't give up and take it off your list. So I want you each to think of a couple things that you really, really want to happen, that you're believing that it can happen by the end of the year. So who wants to go first and share maybe 2 things that they want to happen by the end of the year? And we're going to create a plan for these couple things to happen. Carolyn, do you want to go first, or Carmen?
This would make me go first. She can go first.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think what I can, I know what I want to accomplish.
Okay.
Beach body. it's November and December. I would like to have 6 customers, but I'm gonna say 9.
Okay. And that's 6 new buying customers, right?
Yes,
I mean, you said 9.
right.
Okay.
I really want 6, but I'm saying 9.
Okay. And then my question is how many of those do you want to be coaches?
I'm gonna say 2.
I heard 3 in your voice.
I
And
know.
then say 2. Share with me what that meant.
Well, I don't know. Okay, cause see, okay, I'm gonna say 3, but I really want 2. That's
Okay.
why I say 3. So just put 3.
Okay. So in the month of November, December, you want 9 new customers, and
Right.
you want 3 of those 9 to be people who really want to build a business.
Right.
Okay. And what actions, steps do you want to take to pursue this?
Well, the action steps is, like always, the inviting. It's the inviting. You have to invite.
Okay.
Invite to a
And
challenge, invite to coaching.
how consistent have you been on the invites and the invites for coaching?
It's been not as good as I want to.
Okay. So what can you do to make it more consistent?
Stop being lazy and just do it. That's
okay.
and
So
it's not really being lazy. It's just I don't know. I just haven't done it consistently.
So what would make it be consistent? What would make you be more consistent?
Writing it down. Like I will do certain parts and then I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. You know how sometimes you get busy and you do certain parts of it. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna invite tomorrow, because what I used to do was if I didn't invite today, tomorrow I will double or maybe triple it. So that's it.
Okay. So do you ever track your invites and your things like that? Where do you track that?
I have a sheet that I use on my computer.
And so since it's on your computer,
but if I'm at work, I put it in my notes on my phone.
okay. And how will you know that you finish it out for the week?
Because the sheet, I was supposed to submit it.
And who do you submit that to? Jasira?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Would you want to submit that to somebody else?
No, I submitted to her just the last 3 weeks. I don't know what's my problem. Like I've done some of it, but not all of it. So I just don't submit it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is my problem. If I don't get it completed, I feel like I didn't accomplish anything. But I have. I just didn't do it every day. But I should know that doesn't matter as long as I did something.
Okay. How much time does it take to get your Beachbody stuff done?
Well, it all depends. If I time myself, I can get it done. But if I don't time myself, I can be hours on a computer.
Because you would scroll.
I will scroll, and do other stuff. So what I need to do is, Jasira gave me a sheet, and she tells us how much time we need to time ourselves, and that's what I got to start using again, that sheet.
How much is the timing of yourself? What is that amount of time?
Well, it's really an hour. You can do everything in an hour.
Okay. And when in the day do you normally do your invites and stuff?
It all depends. If I have time at work, I will do them at work. Because in the mornings, all I like to do is like the birthdays, get the easy stuff out the way. I do the birthdays. I go on people's pages, comment, like, interactive stuff. And then the invites, if I see somebody's interested in something, I post it, like I do it right away. Because usually that's how I send my invites. Like if somebody likes something, then, I'll send out a couple.
Okay. So what is your affirmations that you've been doing about this? What has your mindset been telling you?
My mind's been telling me that I need to stop being lazy and do it.
Okay. So what's going to take for you to do that?
Just do it.
What's the difference between how will you make that shift then?
I'll have to put it on my schedule it.
Okay. So can you do that? What?
Because if I put it like on my calendar and it comes up, I'll do, like, remember to do it.
Okay. So is there a certain time every day that's a good time for you to do that? Like a slot in the morning, just as a reminder, or a slot at night?
Yeah, I sometimes I prefer to do the invites at night and then do the easy stuff in the morning.
Bless
Because
you.
I'll pick it up.
Okay. Okay. So, hey, Lori, how are you? Hey, Lori. Okay, so what's the method that you want to confirm with us on that? Because we're going to keep these 1 or 2 goals and we're going to try to stay with them between now and the end of the year.
Yeah, I'm going to do like all my stuff at around 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. What other one goal do you want to work on for the rest of the year? Anything else?
Just keep paying down my one card that I have.
Okay. And is that an easy goal to do because you've already been doing it?
Yeah. Or should I pick another one? Because what I did was some goals I had, I did fix my roof. I got it completely done.
Good.
And another thing I wanted was to pay off that headstone. And this week I'll finish paying it off. I'll be done with that.
Very good.
So then my next thing was my car, keep paying on my card, maybe a little bit more.
Okay, so what if you...
The money for the headstone, then I can put it for my car.
So how are you tracking that? How are you keeping a visual of that?
I have a spreadsheet that I use, a budget spreadsheet.
Okay. So is there a way that you can be doing more on that, even if it's a couple dollars more or something, just so that you...
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay. So pay down your credit card.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where you want to get to by the end of December on that? You don't have to say it. I'm just asking if you know what you're aiming
I already paid, like, I think, because I was looking from the beginning of the year to now, and I think I did good. I paid like maybe 5,000 down.
Okay, perfect.
So maybe I'm gonna try to do 2,000 more.
Okay, so you want perfect. So you want
3.
Okay, so you want 3,000 paid off on your card between now and the end of the year.
Yeah.
Got it. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so those are your 2 goals. So your steps on that is you're going to keep track of that on your Excel file, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Anything else major that you want to put into this challenge?
No.
Okay.
Not that I think of. Mm-mm.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm going to go to Carolyn or Lori. Carolyn, are you ready to do your couple goals that you want to accomplish by the end of the year? Or do you want me to go to Lori first?
You can go to Lori first.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm trying to calm down from coming into work.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Lori, we are, I'm going to unmute you. It's not unmuting. Can you unmute on your end?
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Okay.
What we were actually talking about is really closing out the last 9 weeks of the year strong and not giving up on a goal because we just haven't gotten it yet. And I shared the story of when I had a goal, Rainey and I, about 3 or 4 years ago, had a goal that we wanted a $10,000 donation into our ministry. And it was December 24th, and it hadn't come in yet. So I just kind of forgot about it. I kind of was like, just gave up on it because if it's not going to happen in 11 and a half months, it's probably not going to happen. So I pretty much just said, okay, we're just going to roll it over and it'll just be for next year goal. So I kind of gave up early. And we went to dinner with a family member, and we, had dinner, said our goodbyes. And as we were leaving, their car came by our car, rolled their window down, and gave us a Christmas card. I thought nothing of it. It was just a normal Christmas card. And I opened it up, and there was a $15,000 check in there. So the blessing wasn't that it was just the $10,000 check. The blessing was that it was in abundance. It was over what I was thinking. So first I had given up, but then I got the $10,000 check, and then it was over, so it was a $15,000 check. So it just shows that you cannot give up. You just roll it over at the end of the year. So what I really want to, go over with you guys is, and I'm actually doing this myself. I really looked on the airplane when we were coming home from Denmark. I really looked at, what I want to concentrate on for next year, what I want to concentrate on for the next 60 days, and what are my action steps that need to be taken every day to be able to get there. So I kind of wanted everybody to do a challenge and just do a couple goals that they really want to be accountable to between now and the end of the year, and what action steps I can help keep you accountable to. So Lori, are there 1 or 2 things that you really want to accomplish by the end of the year that you want to share and create action steps to, and that you want me to help you keep you accountable to?
Well, one is a personal goal.
Okay.
That I've wanted to hit a certain weight loss.
Okay.
For the year, and I'm not where I want to be.
Okay. How much more what do you want to reduce between today and the end of the year?
I would like for it to be 25 pounds.
Okay. Okay. What are your action steps to get there?
Okay, my action steps are an eating plan.
Okay. Okay.
An exercise plan.
Okay.
And a third component that I've really realized has been interfering is stress levels.
Okay.
So I've actually had to change the way I exercise, because even though it works, if it's too stressful or I'm pushing too hard, my cortisol levels rise quickly. That's just one of the things, the way I'm wired up. So I've learned that. So I have to have a more gentle exercise, and now I'm losing more weight. I'm losing weight faster by just having a more gentle exercise routine. A lot more stretching instead of aerobic. Seems to be a better plan for me.
Okay, perfect. So when do you want to create that eating plan by?
So I already have that.
Okay,
I already have it. I'm a good 2 weeks into it.
perfect.
So I just want to keep that up.
Okay, so you've already done that. And then what's your exercise plan? Are you already on that?
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yes, I am. So it's the same thing. I'm about 2 weeks into that. I just don't want to lose momentum with it.
Okay, so then my question is, how will you know that you're doing it? How will you know that you're being successful with it and that you don't veer off plan?
My number one measuring stick is that my clothes are fitting differently.
Okay.
You know, pounds can go up and down a little bit, but I want to know, see that I've got to wear smaller clothes.
Are you tracking this in any way for you to?
Mm-hmm.
How are you tracking it?
I have two things. I have a chart, like a written chart, but I also have an app.
Okay. What do you think? Are there going to be any stumbling blocks in the next 60 days?
Well, the holidays,
Okay.
and I don't. I'm certainly comfortable, having no rules on Thanksgiving and no rules on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, but it's all the opportunity in between to make good choices. There's just more tempting things
Yep. How are you
around
going
this
to
time.
feel on December 31st when you've reduced 25 pounds?
I'm going to feel good.
Okay. So is it going to be worth the sacrifice?
Absolutely.
And is it going to be worth the exchanges?
Yeah, it will.
Okay.
It will. It's just, I think I'm going to write down one more note here.
Okay.
I think one thing that can sabotage me very quickly is I'm not prepared food-wise.
Yep.
I've got to shop and have the food and prepare it, because that's where I lose it. I get busy with other things and then I eat whatever is handy.
So what's your method of being prepared and having it at the house? How will you safeguard yourself?
I think I'm going to have to pick a day, just a consistent day that I get the food.
Okay. What day do you want that to be?
Fridays.
Friday. And then when will you prepare your food? Like do you actually prep it or do you have it at the house?
Well, both. Like sometimes I prep salads in a jar because I can grab that. I can either take it with me or I can grab it, quickly at lunch, because I'm not good about just making a big old salad.
Right.
In the middle of the day. So I'll do that either on Saturday or Sunday evenings. Sometimes I prefer Saturday, but sometimes my Saturdays are spoken for.
Okay. Okay, so that's one of your goals. Do you have one other goal that you want to track with the group?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about that. I'm kind of in transition with my business goals,
Uh-huh.
because I've just been resting in where I am right now, and that is a big, maybe I'll just stick to that for now, because I'm watching for those spots that open up in this state of rest and attitude of rest, that I can work on other things. But I really think it's a good foundation for me going into new things,
Mhm.
to establish this state of rest.
Okay, and share with me what that actually means again,
Okay,
so that everybody else understands.
right. And what I okay, if I'm trying to narrow it down, it's just that I am definitely a type A kind of person. I'm just using catchphrases, to save time. I don't want to go
Yep.
into a lot of detail. But I'm just wired up all the time. When I lay down to go to sleep, my mind's still racing. When I try to sit down and rest, my heart, my mind, everything's busy, busy, busy. So I am learning how to rest, really rest.
Let
And
me
some
ask,
people are good at it, but I have not consistently
let
been
me ask
able
you a
to just be
question.
at
Is
peace.
your mind busy when you're in your quiet time?
Yes.
Describe to me what your
It's been,
quiet time looks like.
well, there's I have a time of sort of pray through the scriptures I'm reading,
Okay.
and praying and journaling through that all at the same time. That's one reason that I do the journaling, because if I'm writing, I can focus more.
Okay.
Otherwise, my mind's drifting, and I'm not worried. It's not drifting towards worry. It's not like I'm worried about something. It's like, oh, that's good. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. And then, I just start thinking about how to connect all these good ideas.
Mhm.
Even if it's flowing from the word, um, I think, oh, I want to share that with somebody. Oh, I need to send them a card. I'm going to write this verse in there. It's just like that. So it's hard for me to do that. So I do try to um, do things like, even if I'm at church listening to a sermon, they call me the clipboard lady, because I carry this big clipboard so that I can write and take notes the whole time, or think
Right.
about something else.
Nope, totally understand. Okay. So, how will you stay in a state of rest between now and the end of the year?
And I know this is hard because it's more abstract.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I'm trying to measure is the amount of time that I'm working,
Okay.
or yeah, I think that's a good
What time
thing.
do you go to bed, since you wake up so very early?
Well, see, that's a problem.
Funny how I asked that, because I've never asked you that before.
Yeah, because I've been getting earlier classes, so I'm getting up at 3:30.
Okay, so you're up at
And
3:30.
I've been trying to go to bed at 9:30 and then take a nap during the day. But over the past week, there've just been real life circumstances, and I don't get to bed as early as I plan to, or
And see,
yeah,
you have an option of not waking up because you've got kids.
yeah, I've got to wake up. Yeah. And so just like on Sunday, I knew that my body needed rest, and so I was taking a very, very good nap. And I love my children dearly, but they were dropping off another one of my kids, and it was like right in the middle of that nap. So it's things like that have happened. Like, I'm trying to do that, and then something else outside of what I expected happens.
Okay.
And so I just today was talking to my husband about, I've got to figure out this sleep thing. I've
Okay,
either
so
got
let
to
me ask you a question.
yeah.
Do you have any way of going to bed earlier? Before 9:30?
I can, but that's, it's harder for that to be consistent. So I have a choice of either, cutting some of the morning classes, or I've really just, I was doing better about as soon as the classes were over, I just went back to bed.
Perfect.
I slept for an hour or two after that. So if I can, be consistent with that. But what happened is the classes picked up, and now the time's going to change, which makes everything shift a little bit.
Okay, so do you have to take everything that you're taking?
Yeah, that's a harder one. It's very helpful.
Okay.
It's very helpful financially, and because it's across the ocean, the time is a little different. Um, but it is possible that I can trim that back some.
And the other thing is there any way to set a timer up to where you just go back to bed for a couple hours?
Yeah, it is. And I was doing a good job of it before.
And how could you get back on that schedule?
Just do it.
Look at you guys all, just do it.
Just do it.
Okay, so let me ask
Thank you, Carmen.
I agree. I just said that. Just do it.
Just do it.
Okay, so Lori, when are you willing to focus on your sleep so that because you have a lot of people to be taking care of, not just your students, but your family. And you're being pulled like a Gumby doll with so many people, and you love taking care of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So as your coach, it's important for me to have you take care of yourself first. So what's the best way for you to take care of yourself first so you're prepared for your family?
Sleep.
Okay. And what is that going to look like for you to have the perfect sleep?
Yeah, I think the best thing is I do better with a couple options because life doesn't always fit in the box.
Correct.
So that I've got to say, okay, I'm going to get at least 6 straight hours of sleep.
Okay.
With an extra hour nap in there somewhere.
Okay, so
Either I'll go to bed earlier, not get up as early, or take the nap.
Okay, so you're wanting a 1 hour nap, 6 hours straight, or you're going to change it by 1 hour earlier. Okay. When do you want to start that?
Today?
Today.
Or tomorrow.
Okay. So it means either you go to bed very soon after our call.
Yeah. Good night, y'all.
Yeah, which I'm actually going to bed right after our call because we are still not we're still not on our sleep pattern yet. And so so after this call I'm going to take a quick bath and I'm going to go to bed. And so like I fell asleep and Randy had to wake me up for our call. And so thank God he knew that I was having a call, though I thought I slept right through because my body's still on the Denmark time and we're not close enough to being already back yet. So I understand that. So you have to be intentional about it. Mm-hmm. But I'm intentional that I know I have to get this sleep. So I know, I could go watch another show or I could go study and read another Facebook, but I know to go to bed. It's just best for me just to get as much sleep right now. So I know I'm going to take a quick bath after the call and I'm going to go to bed. But I'm trying to get up at that new 5 o'clock time. So I got up at 5 this morning. So trying to get back on our pattern is huge. So, but I'm also tracking it. So, I mean, I personally think the best thing that I've ever taught anybody is tracking. Even if you're not tracking, you still see it. Even if you're not successful, you still see it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I gained weight, I have to put it in pink versus green. Even, you know, like Laura, you could do a little tracker on your calendar and you could post, you could track, you know, I got 6 hours and I got 1 nap. I got 6 hours and I went to bed 1 hour earlier, or I woke up 1 hour, whatever that is. And every day at the bottom of your calendar, every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you track what your habits were. So by the end of the week, you see live what you did. And then you can evaluate how are you doing on that? And then you can change your behavior next week according to how you did.
I used to have that problem with sleeping. And then, remember, Debbie, I told you about that. I had problems sleeping. And then I got me a Fitbit. And the Fitbit also tracks my sleep. So I see the times that I actually sleep. And when I see that I don't have enough sleep, I go to bed. And I used to watch TV long time ago in my room. I don't even watch that. Like I go to bed, I just go to bed.
Right.
So,
Lori, what's your going to bed? Like, I know you go to bed like around 9:30ish, 10:30ish, whatever. When you go lay down, what's your pattern?
Well, for most of my life, that was a huge struggle.
Okay.
But I have, I'm just on a supplement regimen that I fall asleep in 10 or 15 minutes max.
Perfect. Okay, good. Okay. So when you lay down, you're pretty much going out. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you want to start this tomorrow. You want to start 6 hours straight, maybe a nap, or maybe 1 hour earlier. Okay. Okay, so are those two good things? The 25 pounds reduction and staying in a state of rest and better sleep habits. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to keep reviewing these every Monday night and probably sometimes on the page just to give you guys a reminder. And then I'm going to come up with my 2 things I haven't figured out. I mean, I know one of mine is my 40 clients. That's my biggest one that I want to do. And I'd have to think of my second one. So I'll think of it before the end of the call. Okay, any other questions, Lori? About the, okay, we're still going to ask any questions at once Carolyn does her 2 things, and then we can go over any coaching questions. Carolyn, what 2 things do you want to work on between now and the end of the year?
Well, I went ahead and bought that marketing salt.
Yep.
And one thing I need to work on is branding, which I understand that a little bit more, and content, so I'll have that ready. I'm hoping that Wednesday I can sit down and start using it. I haven't had a chance to do everything that I needed to before I started even trying to put the content together, and I just had too much crap going on. Anyway, I've got that.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is it too much crap going on family, or is it Jack, or is it?
It is just everything.
Okay. So
all out of my control.
Say that again?
All out of my control. And if it's out of my control, how can it affect my life?
Absolutely. It still can, because you can keep it in prayer. But if you can't do anything about it and it's not your stuff to worry about, then why hold on to it?
I picked up my spiritual warfare prayers, was looking through there, and I was trying to find it. I was going to read that little section to you. But anyway, it was talking about family curses. And it was anxiety, but they listed anxiety, depression, and all these things. And I'm thinking, okay, I get it. Oh my God, I get it. I know it. I've known it, but I really get it. So it kind of changed my attitude this afternoon, how I wanted to handle that when it come up. But anyway, That's what it is.
Jimmy Evans did a great message, and I need to post it, that Randy and I listened to this morning about depression and anxiety and stuff like that. Phenomenal message, and I'm gonna get Randy to post it or figure out which message that we listened to, because it was such a great answer to anxiety and depression. And I can't tell you how many people I talk to who suffer from one of the two.
I mean, I got sent to the hospital. I slept my way into the hospital in 1976. But I don't think mine is depression. I think mine is extreme anxiety that wears me out. And even though I would be what they thought was extremely depressed, I would be out working, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 hours a week. This was years ago.
Okay. So
yet, I was so full of anxiety. Personally, I couldn't function. I could do my job. Hell, everybody liked to work with me because I never sit down. I could get it done. I could get it all done.
Do you still suffer from any of that now?
Actually, I think I do, and but I have such a habit of working 120 hours a week and working night shift that I can't go to sleep.
Okay. So what do you think you want your so what do you think your two best goals would be that would take you, that you'd feel the most accomplished by the end of December? What do you think you want those two goals to be?
I think, what now? Oh, that scared me. I thought somebody's walking up to the front window. They're on the street. Jeez, I forgot to close the window. Okay, with this extreme anxiety and the stressors that anxiety causes within me, and then outside stressors that add to some of this. I lost my train of thought again. It's a clarity. I want to have my mind not full of 300 things at one time.
Carolyn, let me ask you a question, only because I know what you have been doing. What is your quiet time been in the last 60 days?
Probably more when I do go to bed, but then I'm not going to bed.
So what is your consistency on your quiet time? What does it look like?
I probably watch like Caroline Leaf, some of the YouTube things, hers. I listen to, is it Bob Morrissey?
Robert Morris?
Morris, yes, Robert Morris. Yeah, I've been listening to his. I had a couple of his notes pulled out earlier. But I come in at night, like on Thursdays, I get home. It's 5, 6, 7 o'clock, and I left work at 10:30, and I'm beat. And
So when is your consistent quiet time while you're at Jack?
Probably when I go to bed.
Okay. And when is it when you're at home?
Probably when I go to bed.
Okay, so at bedtime. Okay. So
I go to bed. Okay. Wednesday night, I shut everything down. I had my stuff in the car, so I did pick up a book or whatever. It was 10 o'clock. I was up at 2:30, and I couldn't go back to sleep.
Okay.
And that's what I've done over the weekend. I shut everything down. I leave the phone, the iPad, everything, computer, because sometimes I go to bed with the computer and the iPad and the phone. Everything's back to the living room. Everything's plugged up and charged and shut down. And I go back there, and I might fall asleep for an hour, hour and a half, but then I'm awake.
So how do you try to get back to bed?
I try to lay there, but then my leg cramps because I'm laying there. Bottoms of my feet will burn because I'm just laying there. And my back will hurt because I'm just laying there, so I get up.
Do you ever confess your way back to sleep?
As in, I am resting?
Or
I am...
Well, to me, the easiest thing for me to do is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I say that like 30 to 50 or whatever, however many times. And eventually I'm going to fall asleep every single time. So I literally confess myself to sleep no matter what topic it is.
Since I feel like so much that goes on with me is between the ears, I do that a lot. I do. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me because I have the mind of Christ.
But then my question is when you're trying to lay down, do you say those sentences and does it calm you down? Or do you say them and it doesn't work and then you just get up?
No, because I will get up because I can't lay there anymore. I just can't lay there anymore. But when I'm up, whether I sit down or whether I take the dog and run out for a walk or something, or whatever I do, I am saying that over and over and over, just trying to clear my head.
Okay,
I cannot clear my head.
Okay, I'm gonna finish your 2 goals, and then I want to play a really quick video that I want to show you. Okay, so you want what in your marketing software do you want to get started? Okay,
Tossie's what I've got, and I want to get some photos and stuff that I've got. I want to brand them, and I want to get my stuff downloaded from Rodan and Fields and put in the content library. So I'll be able to kind of like push a button type thing and go in to that library and then put that over on my posting. And then it sets up, it's supposed to take like an hour and a half to do all your postings for the month. You put it in there and then they're automatically sent out for 30 days.
Okay, so what can we measure that you're going to do between now and the end of the year with your new marketing software? What do you want to be measured?
That I've got my photos branded, that at least, would you say 50?
50 what? Photos?
Like what I was going to do is take 50 or whatever of my pictures and put in an inspirational quote.
Okay.
And
how about if you just do one picture daily?
I can do that.
Yeah, so you've got 60 pictures. Okay. And then what is your second goal?
Okay, I want to pick a color where I can brand my page, my quotes, everything with that color. It's part of the branding.
And is the branding for the Rodan and Fields page, or is it for the...
Okay, on the Tossie, you do that. I can only do the Rodan and Fields. If I want to do that for the coaching, then I would do another.
Okay, so you're talking about Rodan and Fields. Okay, right. So you want to get your page finalized and your color and your branding for that.
Right, and I still have an issue with my Facebook. I have a big issue with Facebook. I can't understand. I don't understand that you've got a page and then you have groups on that page.
Are you meaning groups on your Rodan and Fields page?
Yeah, you can.
Do you want to have
groups? You can do groups on any page. Well, up the road probably, because you'd want your team to have their private page, private group.
Right, but let me ask you a question. What are you wanting on your page now, between now and the end of the year?
I want to make sure that I've got it set up and it's not just a group on my Carolyn Landingham page, I think. And I don't know how to tell that.
Well, it would be a separate page.
So isn't the groups?
Carolyn, tomorrow when we're on the office hour calls, why don't you and I look at your Rodan and Fields page and you and I look at your Carolyn page, and let's look at your pages and let's get them separated.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is for you to have your page finished and for you to be consistent on your posts.
Right. And I've got, I'm on this page here that we made up for the daily routine, and that is the posts at these certain times, which once I get all that on there, that will be simple. The Sunday call, I've been doing that. I've been on the team call. My quiet time sucks. My me time sucks.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What about your me time and your quiet time sucks? What does that mean?
I just don't guess. I don't think I do it. I think I'm doing it, but I don't think I'm doing it.
Okay, so how do you know if you're doing it or not?
I don't know, because I've never done that.
Are you meaning your me time?
Quiet time, anything.
Yeah, but your quiet time, you've done your studying and your reading and your praying, and you've done that before a lot of times.
Right, but I don't feel like that. It's quiet time.
Okay, so are you considering all of your videos and your stuff that you read personal development time?
Really, it is. I mean, there's something that keeps me from being able to shut my mind down. What it keeps me from being able to shut my mind down, where I can just discard thoughts and throw a blanket over my head and go to sleep.
Have you asked God that?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I've asked him a couple of questions today.
And
he gave me one answer before I left.
Okay, just as a thought, I'm a big studier. I love studying.
Yes.
And one time God told me, will you just put up your books and will you just listen to me? So sometimes there might be a season for you to not do your videos, and that's even harder for someone who is a studier. And I love doing the videos. I love reading my books. I love going into the bathtub. And sometimes I feel God's just saying, I don't want you to bring any books to the bathtub. This is about you and me, and you're not going to do anything but just listen and rest. And I think resting for a lot of us is a hard thing because we're such go, 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 go. So my thought is sometimes resting is a task. So, okay. So Carolyn, okay. I'm going to put you on mute for a second. Okay. Okay. Carmen and Lori, do you guys have any questions, coaching questions over and above what we just planned out for you guys? You guys have any coaching questions with your business, with your personal life, with anything? No? Okay. Anything stumping you guys? Anything holding you back? Anything that we haven't talked about? Anything that you're hiding, but no one would know that you're hiding it because you're the only one who knows it?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, so let me just go over. Carmen, you have 9 new customers that you're going out to open before the end of the year, and 3 of those you are believing that they are going to be coaches.
Right.
And you're going to continue with your invites and your coaching invites, and you're going to be writing it down either in your computer or on your phone, and you're going to try to be doing that 1 hour a day, approximately 6 o'clock, or maybe at some time at work. And then you're also going to be paying $3,000 down on your credit card.
Right.
And tracking that on your Excel file.
Yes.
So if you do those 2 things, how will you feel by December 31st?
Great.
Okay, so what is your confession when you get up in the morning before your feet hit the floor to those 2 things?
I can do all things through God. That's right.
Okay, and the other thing is that you can call those things that be not as though they were. So before you get up, before your feet hit the floor, thank you God that I have my 9 new clients. thank you, God, that I have the $3,000 already paid. And thank you, enemy, that I'm not going to believe you. I'm not going to trust you. I know what God wants to do for me, so you're not bothering me today. Then you put your feet on the floor. So you control your day before your feet even hit the floor. So today, before my feet even hit the floor, I had a little discussion about what my day was going to be. And my day has moved through very, very well. So even though I ran into a lot of roadblocks in Denmark, a lot of roadblocks with food and weight, and you know, I was coaching Denmark people in the morning and United States people at night, and I wasn't waking up at 5 o'clock because there was just no way. You know, if you don't go to bed at a decent time, you can't get up at 5, and if you don't get, anyway, it was just a whole lot of stuff to try to figure out, because I love coaching Danes and I love coaching my current clients. So I got to figure out how to make that a little bit better on my next visit. Okay, so those are your 2 goals. Laura, you've got a reduction of 25 pounds through exercise plan, eating plan, and doing more relaxing exercising. And you're going to watch that through the way that your clothes fit. You've got your trackers. You're going to have some free days, which are going to be Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. And you're going to be continuing resting and having some good quiet time. And your main goal with your sleep is going to be 6 hours of sleep, 1 hour nap, or 1 hour earlier-ish. Okay? And then Miss Carolyn, yours is marketing, adding 60 pictures with inspirational posts. And then you also want to do your branding page that I'm going to help you with that tomorrow. And we're going to make sure that you get your pages separated and all your roadie in the field stuff loaded. Does that sound good for everybody? So what I want you to know is I'm going to keep you guys accountable. I'm going to post these somewhere where I can see this. And then these are the things I'm going to be asking you guys about. And these are the things that I'm going to be, you know, reminding you guys, friendly reminders, just so that you, because the more that it's in front of you, the more that you have it as a visual, the more that you're going to be working at it. I was listening to a message today. I don't even know who I was listening to this morning. And it talked about when you have clarity, it's like a river flowing. And when you have a goal, it's like a slow river flowing the one direction. When there is no goal, it's like a tsunami flood in all different directions. So when you know what you're aiming at and you know what your bullseye is, it's like a slow river just going in the right direction. But if you're swirling around like a tsunami, or if it's a flood and it's just coming at every area, that's like commotion. So when you know what you want to accomplish and your day stays structured, you're going to be a slow moving river versus the flood coming from every direction. So I even changed my schedule a little bit to where my morning from 5 until like 7:30 is all about me, the word, a bathtub, and studying before I get into my exercise, because I used to have my exercise earlier, but then I didn't get as much quiet time. And my quiet time has to come before my exercise. So now my exercise, and I'm trying to double up on my exercise, so I got to fit that in somewhere, but I love getting up in the morning, going to the bathroom first, listening to the word, going, taking a bath, grabbing my coffee or my tea, and reading in the bathtub. That is like, to me, there's no level of success or there's no vacation than me doing that every single morning. So especially when I am in the country now, to be able to do that every single morning is just such. So I moved my exercise to a little bit lower in the day because I really want to be able to stay home every single morning and not have to get out. So I am going to get back on my Beachbody on demand, because I can do that at home and I don't have to go anywhere. So yes. So anyway, okay. Carolyn, do you have anything else that you want to ask?
Maybe we ought to Zoom Beachbody and demand and exercise at the same time.
There are there are people who do that. I actually know a girl, she had a group and I did like on Saturday mornings, but I think everybody exercises at different times here. So,
Probably.
yeah. So, okay, any other questions? Okay, we are right at the top of the hour. And anything else that you guys want to ask?
I'm good for right now.
Good.
Okay, we've got office hours tomorrow, and then we've got, let me just check really quick. I think we have them on Tuesday and Friday. We have them Tuesday and Friday, and then we'll go back to the once a week and then the live call on Mondays. So but I have a live call today and then 2 office hours for this week, both from 12 to 1 Central Time. Okay, we have our goals, and I wish you guys, I wish Lori a great night's sleep, and I wish Carmen a great time getting up and doing her invite, and Miss Carolyn, I pray and believe for you to have a peaceful night's sleep tonight.
Okay, I do too. I agree.
Because what's inside of you, you have the power of that already just with what's inside of you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so the only way the enemy can bother you is with this or this. He has no power, and the only power he's going to have is when you give him power. Okay? So that's why I explained to him early in the morning that he has no power over me. Okay, I actually wish you guys an amazing night. I'm going to go take a quick bath, and I'm going to go off to bed early. Okay, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Thank you. I'm going to go take a quick bath, babe.